Ready?
Yep. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First off, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash.
I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders of the great millstone who grew down taught us his truth. And a sincere peace and salutations to all the Aki and pushing his word and truth and all sincerity. It's a brother from the DC church. We ain't go out because of the weather, so we just going to quick sit down and we'll do too long. Yeah, the bro got a topic. Go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, it's on here in Philippians 2 verse 12. It says, "Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling." Yeah, and I just wanted to start off with that because the time that we're in right now, you have to be very sure of the kind of spirit that's on you. You don't want to walk into Jacob's trouble and you're doubting the Lord, you're doubting yourself, asking yourself, oh man, am I really a man of the Lord? Have I done enough? Could I have done more? Things like that. And so you can't allow your sins to weigh you down. And so we just want to get into basically, like we just talked about, being in the right spirit and how anything can go down at any time. So always be aware, be circumspect, watch your surroundings. And like I said, be surprised at nothing, but expect anything at any time. That's the kind of mindset we got to have moving forward.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. This is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 14. "Wherefore he saith, Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahushai shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil." Just land back with what the brother was saying. You got to be on point.
Hey, you read it again, bro?
Ephesians 5 and 14. "Wherefore he saith, Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahushai shall give thee light. See then that you walk circumspectly."
Yeah, and that's what the brothers in the truth right there. See then, because we have arised, we've woken, we awake, we know of the truth, but now it's time to be circumspect. You see all the evils that's going on, the judgments that's being exposed. The more important matter on a personal level in your own fight is to be looking at yourself, man. When you see judgment displayed on a high level, you can address it, you can do whatever you want, pertaining to that judgment, but the most important thing is you, being circumspect, because you could be smiling and laughing at one man, but then you slipping on your own shit, and now you next in line, so you got to be circumspect. Keep going, bro.
Ephesians 5 and 14, it says, verse 15 actually, it says, "See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise."
Right, not as fools, but as the wise, man. You got to apply the wisdom that the scriptures has given us, So that's, you gotta be submerged, like the elders in DC always say, you gotta be submerged in this truth, man. That's a part of that baptism, You gotta be submerged, you gotta be into the truth, you gotta be into the word, you gotta be amongst your brethren, you gotta be consistent at camp, you gotta do all of these things to work out your own salvation,
Right.
You finish it up.
It says, "Redeeming the time, because the days are evil."
Because if you keep slipping, you can fall into that evil, man. These days are evil, and it's all around us, man. As it says, broad is the way that leadeth into destruction. So the more you're not in the spirit, the easier it is for you to fall into this wickedness, man. Don't ever sit back and think, oh man, that shit ain't never gonna be me. Because if you can get real quick, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 10. You skip 8 and 9, go to 10.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 2 and 10.
Yeah, what did I say?
It says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth.
That's the point I wanted to get. You know, matter of fact, go to 8.
It says 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 8. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, and the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved.
Keep going.
And for this the Most High shall send them strong delusions, that they should believe a lie.
You see, them strong delusions can be sent unto you if you're not paying attention, if you're not taking heed into the scriptures. You know, that's why I jumped over, you know, my favorite scripture, Sirach 2 and 1. It says, my son, if thou comes to serve the Lord, prepare, which is the key word in this sentence, prepare thy soul for temptation, man. You got to be prepared for this, you know. And that's one of Satan's biggest tricks, man. You know, he'll expose one dude that you may not, you know, be too fond of, you know, and now you start to forget your own troubles, pointing and focusing on that, you know. You got to be prepared for the temptations that's coming for you, you know, and always be armed and ready for whatever the wiles of the devil got planned for us.
God.
You know?
And even more in the season that we're currently in, you know, what we're coming into, you know, which is the Pesach, you know, the Passover. I mean, this is a season and time, you know, to purge the leaven, man. You know, that old man, and really address, you know, what the Lord is really putting a spotlight on, man. Like, you know, just you know, laying back. I'm saying, and this is Galatians chapter 5 and verse 16, and we were given the key, essentially. We were given the answers. The Lord gave us the way, you know, to help us to get to, obviously, the place that we're trying to be, which is to receive salvation, get to the kingdom, okay? But this is Galatians chapter 5 and 16. It says, this I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary to one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. And right now, the season that we're in, as we all know what's going on, the Spirit is really highlighting and giving us examples, okay? Some extreme examples, man. You know, for us to really look at, and, you know, as brothers have been saying, but these are teachable moments, learn what they take, bro. Look at it and learn from it, man. Yeah. You know, and let that be some fuel for you to push forward all the way to the end. Because the Lord will give you up to vile things. The Lord will fucking humble you and embarrass your ass, man. Okay? And if you don't take heed, if you don't give heed or take the rebuke and things of that nature, you're gonna get caught up in it. And that's why the scripture, Galatians 5 and 16 says, walking in the Spirit. You know, doing the things that, you know, what are the fruits of the Spirit, man? You know, the temperance, you know, patience, you know, what's some other ones, man?
Humility.
Yeah, humility, all those different things, everything that we've learned, man. You know, and then applying those things. Yeah. Okay? Because if you're not applying them, bro, you're gonna fucking you're gonna lose, bro. You're gonna lose. You know, at the end of the day.
Horrible.
Yeah, it says for the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. Because it's a war. You know, that internal battle, you know, that's taking place. All right? And if one succeeds the other, bro, you're gonna find yourself, you know, fucked up. You know, at the end of the day. It says, and these are contrary to one to another, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. And it says, but if ye be led of the Spirit, you are not under the law. You know, and you know, these are the things that we are inspired and trying and fighting to do, bro. You know, that it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like I said, bro, we all are looking and fighting for salvation, man. And there's only one way. That's the straight gate. That's doing things. That's bro. Kissing the son, bro. Least he be angry. It's putting the mind of Yahweh Shai on, okay? Not what you want to do or how you want to do it, bro. You know?
That's right.
But if you brothers got something? You got something?
Yeah. This is the book of Sirach 18, verse 24. It says, think upon the wrath that shall be at the end, and the time of vengeance when he shall turn away his face. And it's funny, I've been holding this for a few minutes, and then you said something about the end. So that's just the Spirit, because at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, is my thought process, my mentality, and my actions, my words, the way that I'm conducting myself, my behavior, is it leading me on a path to where at the end I'm going to be found with mercy? And a lot of people aren't thinking about it like that. We're, like you said, we're walking down that straight gate right now. Of course, it's a path of difficulty, but there is a specific path. You can't deviate from that path, go from one side to the other. And so you have all these things happening in the world, and then you can break it down smaller. You have certain things happening within Israel, and then you break it down smaller. Certain things in your camp, then you break it down even smaller, and it comes back to you now. What's going on up here? How am I walking? Am I walking in a way where the Lord is looking down and He's like, yeah, I'm finding favor on this individual. I like what they're doing. They're striving for the truth unto death. They're doing X, Y, and Z. That's why it said, you think upon the wrath that should be at the end. When you do that and you're thinking about the end, it puts you in a state of fear, and it makes you say, all right, I need to walk on eggshells. What do I have to do now to position myself so that there's a reserved seat for me in the chariot? Am I lacking in my reading? Am I lacking in praying? Do I need to fast enough? I shouldn't be only fasting on the Day of Atonement. You know, what's something else? Am I looking out into the world enough? Am I following prophecies? You have to really examine yourself to make sure that at the very end, you're found with mercy.
Beautiful.
Bro, I want to just get that the Galatians, the 5, because just going into the fruits of the Spirit, just real quick. It says Galatians 5:22. It says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. It says, and they that which are Mashiach have crucified the flesh with the affections and the lust. Okay, it says, if we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit, and let us not be oh man, this is heavy. And let us not be desirous of vain glory. It says, provoking one another, envying one another. Going into the point that you just made, speaking about that path, these are some of the characteristics, okay, that the wisdom, gives and presents to us, But the thing is, it's exercising these things. All right, that's what's essential. It can't. The Lord is not with the lip service. It's your actions. It's what you're doing. Okay, and then the point. Let us not be desirous of vain glory. You see, He give us the things that you need to be doing and that you don't need to be doing to get to where you're trying to get to. If you go this direction, you're going to be fine. If you go this way, you're going to fucking fall into that ditch, man. Right? And that ditch is that lake of fire, man, that burning forever. Okay? And then it says the vain glory, provoking one another, envying one another. And that's the point you got, bro.
This is Ephesians 4:17. This I say therefore, and testify in the Lord, that you henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk in the vanity of their mind, having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of Yahweh.
Well, that's why it says, remember that you were Gentiles, right? You were Gentiles, and now that you came out of that mindset, you've crucified those works of the flesh. Like I always say at camp, what's Yahweh Shai's significance? What's the purpose of His sacrifice? It was to shed those previous works that we, what does it say in Hebrews 9?
Oh, to purge your conscience?
Purge your conscience of dead works.
Dead
You
works.
don't got to grab it, bro. It's
Okay,
all good. I just wanted to quote it because the brother he made me think of that precept.
Yeah.
But it's about purging your conscience of those dead works.
Yeah.
And those dead works were what you did back when you were in that Gentile frame of mind.
Yeah.
That's why when you come out of the world, all of a sudden you view the world completely different. It's hard to be around these individuals. Why do you think it says Lot was vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked?
Yeah.
He was looking at these individuals and he's like, yo, something is off. I'm not the crazy one. But now in these times, we're going to be looked at that because the Lord is making a huge separation right now. So now you have to see these people and you look at them, and you put them far from you, like it just said.
I think it was going to keep on.
Ephesians 4, I'm going to start again at 17. This I say therefore, and testify on the Lord, that you henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk in the vanity of their mind, having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of the Most High.
Yeah, that's Isaiah 6 and 9. About the those angels, the Lord, blocking people from receiving this gospel, man. It's going into that darkening. Can you read that again, brother?
I'm going to say this too real
Mhm.
quick. That's why Wisdom of Solomon talks about how wisdom cannot enter into a malicious soul.
Yeah.
And that's what's taking place with to 2/3 of our people. They're malicious, they're going off, so the Holy Spirit can't dwell with them. They're rejected. But you said read it again.
Yeah, but Bible shot that portion, that the understanding
Verse 18.
darkening.
This is Ephesians 4:18. It says, having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of the Most High.
So the Lord put your lights out, man, and separated you, made you a stranger to what He got coming, man, for us. And that's horrible, bro. And I was just watching the apostle was doing the video, and he made the correlation, between, I believe it's Matthew's 25th chapter. He was saying that with these different camps and the different doctrines, and you not having 100% truth, you got a light, you got a real dim light. And at some point, like pursuant to that scripture, when the oil runs out, you're gonna be coming to look, for the answers. Like, well, okay, so this is you. That's what the prophet is given the mysteries and the secrets, man, to understand what's coming. And if you don't have the whole truth, bro, you're gonna get to a certain point in the story, and you ain't gonna know what to do. And if the Lord is not with you to put the light in front of you so you can see, you're gonna find yourself lost in the sauce, man. And it's gonna end you, at the end of that road, which is death at the end of the day, So that's why it's important, bro, to really understand this, and take it seriously, because some bro, not being so fucking hypocritical. It's a lot of fucking hypocrites, man. And the Lord, that's why I did that video, bro. The omnipotence or the omnipotency of the Lord, and how His eyes are in every place. Like, you're not doing something and you thinking you're getting away with it. Yeah. You're constantly being watched, bro. Your thoughts, your words, your actions, it's all going down.
Yeah.
And the judge above all judges is going to know about it and is seeing.
That's why He's known as the living power.
Like,
Jake don't really believe in the scripture.
come on, they don't, bro. They don't.
I'm going to keep going. I'm going to quick preview real quick.
Yep.
This is Jeremiah 17:10. I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings. And when you go into the reins, it's talking about your intentions, not just the thought. Not even the thought is being judged, but your deepest, darkest intentions are being judged. So the Heavenly Father sees everything. You're naked before the Lord. He sees everything, and He righteously judged. And that's why the brother was going into hypocrite. And we know hypocrite means an actor. And also Matthew 24, Yahushua speaks about what's going to happen, what's going to be the portion of the hypocrite. Yeah, it's going to be a weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Yep. So we already seen the weeping.
It's all weeping.
Yeah, bro.
So that's why we're going into with the epistles of Apostle Paul exhorting us that's in the know that have the light to not be in that manner.
That's why. So like, I didn't cut you off.
I was going to say, because we know the fate of the hypocrites. We know the fate of the Gentiles. We know the fate of the evildoers. Yeah. The Lord, like the brother said, He's going to put their lights out.
Yeah. I know we said we weren't going to mention them, but that was one of the doctrines of Sakari. Yeah. Is you don't have to follow the passages of Paul. So they just ignored all of that wisdom, and look what happened. Yeah. And it's not just the gorilla. It's the gorilla exposed the other men. Yeah. So how much more skeletons is in your closet, man? Just hang it up. Hang up your t-shirts. Yeah. Because it's exposed, man. Because that's your doctrine. It's to not follow. It's to not worship Yahushua, and to not follow the passages of the Apostle Paul. But you keep going.
So Ephesians 4:18, it says, having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of the Most High, through the ignorance that is in them because of the blindness of their heart.
And who blinded their heart?
Isaiah 6:11.
That's where you go into that predestination. We're just trying to find out who is who. We're trying to stay on that straight gate,
bro. That's heavy.
So that we are a part of that the number that was predestined, the 144 plus the 1/3. We're just striving to be it, but the Lord is exposing the hypocrites, the phonies. The scriptures say what? That the greater you are, the more humble you should be. There was no humility in that man ever since he left Great Millstone. You know? And he just the flavor of the week, but it's a good example for what brothers aren't to be, are not to be, man. You know?
Yeah, and that's happening, like the apostles always say, around the time of the Passover. And we've seen it. We've all been in this ministry for years now, but right before, leading up to, during, and after, like the brothers going into, people are just becoming alienated. They're becoming alienated from the Most High because of the darkness that's in their hearts, meaning because of the spirits and the evil intentions that's in their mind right now. And that's being foreshown throughout really the entire world. That's why it talks about how we're looking to be found with that thawah, that exempt from judgment. And a lot of people are being marked in these end days either for a righteous judgment or for some kind of judgment on the left-hand side, meaning destruction. That's going to happen in these end days. So we're not trying to be found alienated. We want to be found close to the Most High. We want His Spirit to be inside of us. That's what it means to have the Holy Spirit on you. It means that the Most High's mindset is in you. He's working inside of you. That's not happening to the entire world. You see what's going on. Everybody's focused on NBA, these different things happening, the actors and what's going on with them, the newest movies coming out, games that are coming out, things like that. No one's really focusing on the Bible, like the bro said. People don't really believe, and that's being exposed right now.
Right. How many people said Happy New Year to you, brothers?
Right.
You know? Nobody said. They said about 3 months ago. You know?
Exactly, because this is our New Year's coming in.
Yeah.
Jake is just lost in the sauce.
Yeah. There's more in feeding.
Verse 19, it says, who being past feeling have given themselves over unto lasciviousness to work all uncleanness with greediness. But ye have not so learned Yahushua.
But ye have not so learned Yahushua. Because if you did, you would know he is to be worshipped, man. You know?
It's another doctrine.
He is to be worshipped, man. Knowing what He's done for us. And the opportunity that He gave us. That's why when in Romans 12:1 it says that's the least we can do is to present our bodies as a living sacrifice. You know? And this is our life, man. You know? There's literally nothing more important than doing what we're doing. You know? Because we have learned of Yahushua. There's more. That's a 19.
Verse 21.
Read 19 again. Since you're looking it up.
It says, who being past feeling have given themselves over unto lasciviousness to work all uncleanness with greediness. And the reason why they're given unto that lasciviousness is because they're not walking in the Spirit.
Exactly.
They're a carnal mind, like the scripture goes into, which is enmity with the Most High, because it can't be subject to the law of the Most High.
You know, man. Lasciviousness is unbridled lust, access. Okay, lasciviousness, wantonness, outrageousness, shamelessness, insolence. Come on, bro. You can't, like I said, real-time examples. You know, we all know. It's like when you read these things, bro, like, the Lord will show you. You know, He will put the light on something. It's like, this is this. You fuck around if you want to. You know, you indulge. Look, it says unbridled lust. You don't control yourself, man.
I be bro. I don't want to make 100K in a week,
bro,
because that's gonna bring wantonness, man. Now you have the access to do whatever you want.
Listen, so
you know,
give me what's convenient, man.
You're gonna end up being late to camp.
Bro.
You know, then the late to camp there's gonna be I was an hour late. Then next week gonna be 2 hours. Then the next week you can be hungover. Oh shit, I missed camp. Let me go be there on Wednesday to make it. Nah, man. You know, that's why it says in Proverbs 30, just give me what's sufficient for me, man. You know, that's not to say anything's wrong with making bread, but what are you doing with it? You know.
This is Tobit, chapter 4 and 5. My son, be mindful of the Lord our power, all thy days.
All thy days.
And let not thy will be set to sin, or to transgress His commandments. Do uprightly all thy life long, and follow not thy ways of unrighteousness.
Yeah, a gift destroyeth the heart, man.
Got 3 for that.
Hold on,
Yeah, go ahead.
verse
Yep.
6. It says, for if thou deal truly, thy doing shall prosperously succeed to thee, and to all them that live justly.
Love. Yeah, it fits perfectly. This is back in Sirach chapter 17, verse 26. It says, turn again to the Most High, and turn away from iniquity. For he will lead thee out of darkness into the light of health, and hate thou abomination vehemently. So like the brother said before, and also concerning that precept, the reason why these things are happening is because our people aren't walking in the Spirit, right? But in order to walk in the Spirit, we're dumbing down the knowledge right now. The brother Ganan hit it on the head about 10 minutes ago. You're either of the elect or you're not, meaning you've been predestined to receive salvation or you aren't. But for us that are in the know, for us that are hoping and striving to be part of that number, we have to look at our people as examples of how not to act, what not to do, so that we can say, all right, if these people are with these actions, they're okay with certain things going down, look, let me stay my black ass over here.
So cool.
Right. You draw that line in the sand and you make sure that it's a thick line. And you stay where you need to be, because ultimately that kind of a mindset, like we were talking about earlier, it can rub off on you and you don't even know it. You have no clue. And then that's where pride can get in the way, other characteristics that maybe your brother needs to check you on. You may not even realize it, but it happened because you were indulging in a conversation or around somebody who's of the world, and their energy just rubbed off on you. It could have been at work, it could be your woman. You just ran and talked to somebody randomly at the grocery store, but you gotta watch out. So it says, hate abomination vehemently and turn away from iniquity. You can only do that when you're walking in the Spirit, like the bro was saying.
That's Psalm, the first chapter. That's Psalms 1 and 1. The righteous and the wicked contrasted. It says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of ungodly, nor sitteth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scorner. You know, and in the other, I was thinking about the one in Sirach when it talks about the, certain animals, likening or flocking unto, the same, that they're like, So you gotta be, bro. Come on, bro? So of course, bro, ultimately there should be a natural disdain. Obviously, we gotta operate in the world. We gotta enter into these little fucking cosmos, bubbles. You're working on plantation, handling business. But to a certain degree, bro, in the Spirit, it's like, bro, like, if you like being there, bro, you really need to be asking yourself some serious questions, bro. You know what I'm saying? You really should, That's a fucking problem, man.
This is Ephesians 4 and 21. If so be that you have heard him and have been taught by him as the truth is in Yahushua, that you put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust.
See, that's the process, that Jake have to take, and you got to take that serious, man. And that's from the this is basic scripture that we learned when we first came into the truth. The changing of your conduct. You got to go through that process where your friends in the world is just like, oh, here he comes. He gonna tell me not to eat shrimp and shit.
Bro,
They go Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. That process have to happen, and you gotta stand strong on that.
That's you're not being unequally yoked.
Yeah.
It's like I said. Obviously, you got to deal, but there should be a point. It's like, all right, man, like get the fuck away.
You gotta change your conduct. You gotta change that form of conversation, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust.
Right.
Yeah. It's more so. Keep on.
Verse 23. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that you put on that new man.
You see this, man, you brainwashed. Well, you damn right.
Yeah,
What do it means to wash up?
Clean.
You cleaning out the filth, man.
By the washing of the water of the word.
Absolutely, we're brainwashed, man. Our minds have been renewed.
Yeah.
Keep going.
If you don't mind, I'm just going to say to that point and to your former point, you see, you can realize these things years later in the truth, but as a young man, it's like, oh, this is all so new. I don't know what to do. How do I act? And really, the big question is, how do I feel about this? How am I supposed to feel and think about this? Because when your family comes around you and they see that you changed and you're different from them and you're the different person that you used to be, and they say certain things like, oh, here come the preacher. At this point, you got to just take pride in that. Because it means that you've changed. It means that you've grown, and change takes time. It's a progress. You don't just change overnight. Like we always say, you can't just, and this is how Israel act. Israel act like all of a sudden in Jacob's trouble, they're going to be able to just flip a light switch and all of a sudden have this insurmountable, paramount amount of faith. That's not how it works. You got to take those baby steps and understand that change and the former person that you were, it takes time to evolve. That's what it is. It's an evolution. It takes time to get past that stage. I know you had something.
Just real quick, now you good. Luke 6:22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake.
Yeah. That's that mentality change though. Because now you understand, okay, I am blessed that I'm being treated this way,
right? And
I'm proud of who I've become. You see, there's two sides of pride. You got that pride that's uncomely. You think that you're better than somebody else, but then you can have pride in righteousness. You take pride in understanding that the Lord is dealing with you and that He changed you to be the man that He wants you to become. He changed you to be a man so that you can be the person that others can see as an example of how to be and how to act. Because even though people in the world may not see and appreciate you for who you are, guess what? The Lord sees it. The Lord sees it. The angels are watching, and other brothers see it. The elect are watching at the end of the day. There's a reason why it says, my fault, I was just going to say, God, it says to take good heed of the flock. You can't take good heed of the flock if you're not watching over yourself first. And we're in a time of the Passover, so that's why we're going into these kind of topics right now.
We're marking our doorpost.
And that's the ultimate blessing. Just to land back on the point of a couple of scriptures. It says Luke 12:51. It says, "Suppose ye that suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you nay, but rather division." Okay, and so the Lord told us there was going to be a division. But what? What comes with it? After the fact, obviously, it's Luke 6:22. It says, "Blessed are ye when men shall hate you." It says, "And when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake."
Hey, so, man, it's cool to bring out the same precept on the streets, but what the hell?
Hey, bro, sometimes it gotta be reiterated. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, at the end of the day, the separation is a blessing. Clearly it needed to come out again. Because at the end of the, bro, we're suffering. The thing is, the Lord, bro, this current world is about to pass away. This whole setup, this beast system, bro. This is anti-Hamashiach. Okay, this can't coexist with with the kingdom. This can't be here. This is all a fucking example of what not to be. Okay, and the Lord is going to bring judgment. So why would you want to invest in this place? Why would you want to be nigh unto this place? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want that?
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead,
I was going to say, a separation leads to salvation.
It
leads to that sign right there. It leads to being in the chariot, having a reserved seat. And ultimately, you should want to be, I'm going to grab James 4:4, but you should want to be separated, because if this world is given over to Satan and the devil, that means that you're in the like mind with somebody that's opposite of Yahweh Shai. And that's a scary thing. That's a real scary position to be in.
And you can see the effect that it has on the individuals that operate within that spirit. We have in real-time examples, seeing it. That like the examples are so important because you learn from them. You're able to gauge and weigh, like, okay, bro, this is a blessing. The knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding that the Lord gave us, and then really truly believing it and practicing it, you see the fruits that it brings. We're watching it and seeing it. Then we're seeing on on the left-hand side, when you don't listen and you don't hearken, what it will bring you to. You know. So ultimately, it's a blessing, man. And what it's gonna, the end of it, there's no end to the blessing, because when in Psalms it talk about at the Lord's right hand are riches forevermore. So what we're looking to inherit and to gain, bro, is immortality, bro. A kingdom, a world of righteousness, man. Being joint heirs with a Mashiach Yahushua, that's what's coming. If we stay, if we keep, in this, man, in this truth, obviously following Yahushua, yeah, bro.
Yeah, this is James 4 verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God. And of course, who wants to actually be an enemy of God? If you believe in the Bible and you hear a precept like that, especially if it's your first time, it should make you want to walk with some type of fear. Especially knowing that Jacob's trouble is right around the corner. You should really be saying, I need to be acting, I need to be on my best behavior right now. And like the brother Shamu Allah was saying, beautifully putting, at the end of the day, if you're a part of the elect, things only get better for you. From this moment moving forward, from the moment you found out that you were an Israelite, you knew the name of the Most High and His Son, you're blessed, and those blessings are going to keep springing forth. Things only get better. Now, for the rest of the world, it's going to be terrible.
It's looking bad.
It's going to look real.
It's looking bad.
It's going to look bad, and it's going to be bad. We don't want to be caught up in those prophecies and all hell breaks. Why do you think we always say, when these things start really going down, you think we're going to be out there on the streets and prophesying stuff? Nah, we're not going to be out there. We're going to be chilling, cooped up, wherever the Lord has us in that day.
Wait, because obviously, it's the balance to it is, Jake going to have to suffer and go through certain things, whatever the case may be. But, whatever we got to do to get where, what we trying to get to.
It's going to seem bad. But ultimately, we know we're going to be all right.
Yeah. But that's the process of letting go of this world. Bro, we're not taking nothing into them ships. We're not even taking these bodies, Exactly, man. So you think about that, but you really got to put that into perspective. Like, so are you actually really losing anything? You know what I'm saying? When you got to give things up or you got to sacrifice, it's like, bro, you're not taking anything with you anyway. You got to consider that, And that's why the point that you was making earlier with the psalm, that you quoted, the Lord giving you, basically what you need, and not giving you too much, because it'll put you in a situation where your integrity will be compromised. And ultimately, the Lord knows your measure. He knows what you can handle. So you got to trust Him and believe in Him to give you that at the end of the day. Right. And you want to, exceed that. You want to go above, and then it's like you may be trying, and it's like you see you kind of get to this plateau, if you will, and it's like, bro, at some point you got to kind of peep in the spirit, like, okay, the Lord got me here for a reason. So let me go ahead and just deep breaths and lock in. You know what I'm saying? And let me do my job, essentially. You know what I'm saying? But that's if you got. Go ahead.
I'm gonna read this in the King James and then the NLT. This is 1 Timothy 4 verse 16. It says, "Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee." In the NLT it says, "Keep a close watch on how you live and on your teaching. Stay true to what is right, for the sake of your own salvation and for the salvation of those who hear you." And that's what it's all about. Remember, it talks about being a doer of the word and not just a hearer only. And I mentioned it in the spirit before. You should want to be an example. It's not about being exalted. You let the Lord put you in whatever position, and then you do what you're supposed to be doing in this truth. Like it talks about, you stay true to what is right. But you should ultimately be looking to be an example that others can see and look at you as somebody to look after in this truth. It talks about marking the perfect man. How come that can't be you? Why can't it be you? It should. It should be all of us in this room. It should be all of you that eventually see this as well. But that can't start if you don't keep a close watch on how you live. And how the way you live should be dictated and filtered through these scriptures. This is the standard right here. This is the standard. And when bros say that, what they're saying is this is how you measure measure whatever it is against this book, what's ordered and commanded of us in this book. So the way that you act in front of brothers, that's how you should be acting, throughout your own personal life and doing what you need to do. Nobody needs to tell you to pray more. Nobody needs to tell you to read more. You know, if you in the right spirit.
And you're a bold dude if you ain't praying.
Right.
Right. You ain't praying on your own time. And anything can happen, man. You're driving, your tire pop, shit, you lose control. You gotta pray over yourself.
And if you're a man of the Lord, you're gonna realize, like, damn, the Lord popped my tire on for me to think about this.
Yeah.
You know, a carnal man is just gonna, what the fuck, my goddamn tire, man? Shit always happening to me.
Yeah.
Nah, but what does the Elder Monaghan always say? You gotta find something spiritual in everything. I'm telling you, when I started personally applying that kind of a logic, things started just clicking and making sense. Like a weight is lifted off your shoulder. You ain't gotta think hard about, man, why is this happening? Look, the Lord wanted it to happen. That's it.
It's not strange, man.
Because it happened.
Yeah.
Exactly. But if you're not walking in the spirit, you ain't gonna be able to acknowledge and to see it. You know? Yeah, bro. That's what.
You got something, bro?
You said fill out Ephesians 4.
Yeah, we keep going. It's a lot more.
Ephesians 4:23 again, it says, "And be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that you put on that new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness."
Yeah, take pride in that new man.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you put on that new man, or it said to be renewed in that new man or of your mind, that means you're taking pride.
Yeah.
And that new change that the Lord has you in. You're not eating pork anymore. You don't have that taste for shrimp anymore. You're not worried about committing adultery. You don't care about getting the finest chicks in this world. You put off your former lust, the works of the Gentiles now. And you're happy about that because the scriptures call you blessed. Remember, we're all looking to be hallowed one day. But that process, it starts right now.
Yeah, I should say true holiness. One of the words for holy is to be separate. You've separated yourself from this world. You know? That's full of wickedness, man. Everywhere you turn. You know? And it says, which is after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness. You know? Keep going.
It says, "Wherefore, putting away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor."
And that's something rare that's in this world, man. Everybody's stunting. Everybody bullshit. You know? Everybody in this world. You know, I'm sure we all grew up with someone that, just lie all the time for no reason. You know? For no apparent reason. It's nothing like being truthful to your brother, man. You know, no matter what it is, you could have a conversation. A brother bring up a conversation from months ago. It don't matter because you told you was 100. You kept it 100. You know, everything about the brotherhood is based off of truth, man. So there can't be no fucking exposing amongst each other. Right. You know. That shit that happened in Sakari, that can't happen amongst the brothers of Great Millstone. You know, according to our knowledge, because everything is truthful.
Everything out there already.
Everything out there. We don't hide shit.
We don't put brotherhoods before breakdowns.
Yeah,
bro. That's not how it goes.
We hold brothers accountable.
It's the Lord first,
you know?
bro. It's the standard that's established first. Because without it, none of this is possible, bro. Without the Lord, none of it's profitable. None of it's profitable, but none of it's possible.
Yeah.
You have this. That's the order. Y'all by Shemal Rashad, the rules and the regulations, man. That's how it is, and the standard, you know.
That's why I say wherefore. Yeah, go ahead, read that.
It says, "Wherefore, putting away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another."
For we are members one of another, man. And we know we try and shape our brick to be that perfect part of the building of the Lord's house, man. The body of the Lord. You know? So we like, nah, bro, you gotta shave this off a little bit, man. You ain't fitting in right, man.
Yeah.
You know? Bro, you're a little too prideful, man. You know, you just got rebuked, I see you bucking up, and that's gonna happen. That's a part of that process of putting off that old man.
And a wise man will love you for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A wise man. You know?
But it's not always gonna happen right away. Just getting from prior knowledge, man. You know, being around the elders as a young man, I was getting cussed out all the time. Now I go home, you know, you mad as shit.
It don't feel
you know?
good.
But like y'all said, once you get older, you look at certain things different. You know, it's just like, oh, now I see. You know, you old brothers, and you said the same thing that was said to you, and you know, you got brothers looking at you, like.
It trickles down.
And we like, oh, fuck all this.
Well,
You know,
like
but
you
it's
said,
the same thing. He's that young man just like you was.
Yeah.
You know, and in time he gonna learn, but you gotta actually learn, man. You gotta actually seek and look at things through the spirit, like y'all said that Elder Monaghan advice. You know, you gotta look at the spiritual aspect in everything that's happening, and once you do that, everything's gonna fall in place, man.
Growth comes.
Yeah, you grow, yeah.
It's growing. You're growing things, and that's it's essential. You know, with anything, there has to be some type of resistance. The Lord shows us within everything. You know, if you want to gain, you want to be better, bro. That shit just don't come to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go through things, trials, tribulations, and you gain the experience. But through it all, you maintain your integrity. Where you will see the Lord, He'll sup with you. He'll work with you. He'll reward you. You know, and He'll have you see things. He'll bring you to a higher plateau and show you things from a higher perspective. You know, you can see things in the spirit. It's like, oh, okay, I fucking get it. You know, and that's understanding. You know, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get it wisdom. And with all I get understanding, man. And these are key things that we need to get to to be in a space where we can get to where we try to get to. Yeah. You know, you're not. It ain't like you just gonna wake up and the kid. I'm gonna just roll out of bed and the kingdom to my right. Nah, bro. This is a purging part. The Lord is really putting the light on all of us, bro. Yeah. And He's looking for a particular number. You mine. You know, and that comes with a certain conduct, man. That comes with so many, what brothers is going into, man.
Yeah. Go down to 27.
That makes me think of the Israel, the Most High. The Lord wants the creme de la creme, the best of the best. He's not settling for, just anybody. Yeah, Ephesians 4:27.
Read 26 though.
Oh, you said 26.
And 27. Go down to 27.
All right. It says, "Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath."
And that's something that we was always taught, and that's another thing that's more important. And that was one of the messages that came from the Elder Yashawamba in one of his more recent video that was like 13 minutes.
And then you dropped.
I forget the title of it, but it was going into
house in order. That's
getting your house in order, and that's something that's important, for the camps, the camps throughout the states, man. Is that honesty with the brothers. You see something, I expect these brothers to hold me accountable. Yeah, we have rank within each other, but we're peers. We really all on the same team, So we holding each other accountable. You feeling something? A brother should be a man and feel confident enough to rather pull up on a brother, call a brother, and if you the brother getting caught, you got to know how to receive it through the Spirit, because that's how we talk about personal growth, but there's a growth as a body too, where the church gets stronger, So that's why I wanted to get read 27.
It says, "Neither give place to the devil."
Neither give place to the devil, because if you let things fester, you let things go overboard. Then it's going to get to a point where Satan has won. Satan's sitting back smiling and laughing, man. And that means you didn't truly take heed to that changing that conversation, man. You still got some of that old man up in you, But that was the point I wanted to get on Ephesians. You got something?
Yeah, this is 1 Corinthians 5, verse 7. It says, "Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Yahushua our Passover is sacrificed for us." And the reason why it ends it off with saying how Yahushua our Passover is sacrificed for us, because remember, in the book of Hebrews, it states how even Yahushua died for his own sins first. And of course, if you understand, that's going into his sin, his previous lives, especially when he was Solomon. But we have to have that same kind of a mindset. So Yahushua, he was sacrificed, and that was the purging process that he had to go through. How much more us? When he walked perfect, he was perfect in the flesh. So we have to do the same thing in purging out that old leaven. Of course, it's a mindset. It starts up here. It comes with recognizing, like what they say in the world, you do something wrong, you got to admit it first, you got to recognize it, and you got to make the proper steps in order to change. You got to do something different, make sure that same situation doesn't occur again. And if it does occur, you know how to handle it. Right? You should be experienced, like the bro Ganan was going into. We're all learning basically how to become leaders.
Yeah.
That's what it's coming down to.
A nation of kings and priests.
Exactly.
You know, that's the status that the Lord is about to bring us to. You know, that's what a joint heir. I mean, when you think about dominion and rulership, you know, it's like okay, like it comes with a responsibility. It comes with duty. You know what I'm saying? It comes with sacrifice. You know, and just on to that point, this is Philippians 2:5. It says, "Let this mind be in you, which is also in the Mashiach Yahushua." It's about mindset. You know, it's about Yahushua who paved the way. You know, he showed us. All right, he left us the comforter. He did everything he said he was going to do. Now, look, you got to do your part.
Right.
You know, this ain't no thing of like I'm finna just, like, bro, you got to carry your cross.
Don't cruise by.
Yeah, nah, bro. You gotta, like you was talking about the conduct, and mindset, towards this truth. It's action. You know, it's definitely action. Obviously, scriptures tell us to be perfect as your Father is in heaven. You know, we strive for perfection, man. We know, we ain't gonna do. It's not gonna be perfect. You know what I'm saying? But we still strive for it. You know, and we hold ourselves accountable, man. You know, we going on. You know, we check ourselves, like brothers are saying. We check each other. You know, it's necessary. You know.
This is Revelation 14, verse 4. It says, "These are they which were not defiled with woman, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb, whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb." So they weren't defiled with virgins. They weren't defiled with women, for they are found to be virgins, meaning no other doctrine was inside of them, right? They weren't penetrated mentally with these other philosophies, things like that. And look, this may sound a little crazy, but come on, we all want the baddest woman. You know what I'm saying? You want the baddest girl. She look good. She can cook. She clean. She shut up. You know what I'm saying? She do everything right. You don't think the Lord is looking for his baddies too?
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
That's the 144.
Like you said, but when you deal with your woman, you humble your woman and you put your spirit on. Do you want us as men, bro? We like, bro, your woman, bro, you my woman. So you gonna do what I tell you to do. Imagine you gonna do with another man. You into that? Right. Then go be with that, man.
That's a defiled woman.
Hell yeah.
If we don't want a defiled woman, how much more the Lord?
The Lord, man, come on, man.
You know, he's looking for top tens. The tabernacle of David, that's the 10. Creme de la creme. Like the brother said, working on my French accent. That's the top 10 right there. That's what we're striving to be, a part of that number that was found clean, holy. No kind of guile found in our mouths and in our lives, the way that we conduct ourselves.
Being new creatures, man, in the Lord, man. That's what being born again is all about. The Lord gave us a second chance. That's what the sacrifice was all about. And you're gonna take this time and this season to go do some weirdo shit. It's crazy, bro. Like, you really not considering, the Spirit is just not dealing with you, bro, at the end of the day. You know? Your brothers ain't got one of those?
That was it for me.
You good?
You good?
I just got something the brother quoted earlier. I was thinking about just real quick in Jeremiah, because like the brother was saying, there's you gotta take pride in the fact that we have the name of the Lord and we're dealing with the Lord and stuff like that, and the rest of the world is blinded. This is Jeremiah chapter 9 and verse 23. Thus said the Lord, Let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches. These are carnal things that can be taken away in an instant.
That's right.
It's really people hold in high esteem and believe they're valuable, but in actuality, when you really analyze it, they're worth nothing. You know?
That's right.
Verse 24, it says, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, which exercises loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saying, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kadosh.
Yeah, bro. Do you want a girl that's, she doesn't take glory in being with you? It don't make no goddamn sense. Get out of my house. If you're not proud and happy to be here and me taking care of you and letting you know what to do, once again, that's how the Lord is looking at us. We gotta take glory and pride in the fact that we know the Most High's name, His only begotten Son, and what their will is and intention is for us.
Yeah.
That's why we do this work so faithfully.
And you don't want those girls to just have lip service. Oh, I love you, or I'm this, that, and
Sure.
that.
Right.
She don't clean.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, she ain't cooking for you that much.
Can't rub your back.
You know,
Yeah, bro.
You gotta ask her to do certain things
Yup.
that please you instead of her actually studying you and knowing. You know,
That's
you're
right.
supposed to study the Lord. You're supposed to know what the Lord wants you to do. You know. But yeah, man, we in the Passover. It's time to examine yourself. It's time to get that leaven up out of your physical houses, but more importantly, that you get it up out of you. You know what you struggling with. You know the things that you're praying that you get better on. You know, you got to discipline your mind, discipline yourself so that you do what you're supposed to do in this time. You know, don't forget to mark your doorpost because judgment is going out. You know,
Right.
but with that, brothers, is good. You know, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Hallowed
Yahweh.
by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kadosh.
Double honors to our apostles and elders of the great most, who do well towards this truth. Shalom to the elect.